Our top story tonight, trash talking on the campaign trail. After a fiery debate last night, frontrunner Donald Trump is trading insults with Marco Rubio as they battle for Super Tuesday votes. Now, if you thought the fight for the GOP nomination was nasty before, think again.
And both Trump and Rubio took this political fight to a whole new level today. KCAL9 political reporter Bryan joins us now with the newest war of words on the campaign trail. Dave?
If this was the encore to last night, you can just imagine what the next act is going to be like. Picking up right where they left off last night, Donald Trump and Marco Rubio turned up the heat on one another, slamming each other and ridiculing one another on what turned out to be the nastiest day of the Republican presidential campaign so far. With only one more weekend to go before the GOP showdown, Super Tuesday, the tone of the Republican presidential campaign is getting angrier and more bitter by the day. The leading Republican presidential candidate, Donald Trump, and one of his chief pursuers, Senator Marco Rubio, went on the warpath. Rubio calling Trump a con man.
It's time the charade is up. This is a con job where he's going to Americans that are struggling, Americans that are hurting, and he's implying I'm fighting for you because I'm a tough guy. A tough guy, he's never punched anyone in the face. If he had not inherited $200 million right now, he would be selling watches in Times Square. Friends, do not let friends vote for con artists.
Trump, speaking to his supporters, wasn't pulling any punches either, ridiculing Rubio and calling him a clown, a choke artist, and a nasty guy at the debates.
And I looked at him, and honestly, I thought he was going to die, Rubio. He was so scared, like a little frightened puppy. But I saw with Rubio, and he's a nervous wreck because here's a guy, he's a nervous basket case. Here's a guy, you had to see him, you had to see him backstage. He was putting on makeup with a trowel.
And Trump ridiculed Rubio's Republican State of the Union response in 2013 when he reached over for water during his remarks.
And he goes like this, remember? And he's off screen. I said, where is he? And then he comes back with water. It's Rubio.
But Rubio wasn't finished either, mocking numerous misspellings in a series of Trump tweets.
Leet weight chalker Marco Rubio looks like a little boy on stage, not presidential material. He meant to say lightweight, but he spelled it L-E-I-G-H-T, so he got that wrong.
And then there was the potty humor.
Then he asked for a full-length mirror. I don't know why, because the podium goes up to here, but he wanted a full-length mirror. Maybe to make sure his pants weren't wet. I don't know.
Trump responded in kind in this reference to Rubio after a tough debate exchange.
But the one time I'm right next to him, and I looked at the puddle on the ground, and I said, what is that? What is it? I wanted to know, what is that?
And a Rubio super PAC followed up on his charges against Trump in the Thursday night debate with this new video ad.
Trump makes big money off illegal immigrants. Can conservatives trust Donald Trump?
Trump started the day with a surprise endorsement from one of his former opponents, New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, who as recently as December said, we do not need reality TV in the Oval Office right now, and earlier charged that Trump is not suited to be president of the United States, either by virtue of experience or temperament. Now, just a few months later, he's singing a very different tune.
There is no one who is better prepared to provide America with the strong leadership that it needs, both at home and around the world, than Donald Trump.
Well, it will be interesting to see now how far the political mating goes for Donald Trump and Chris Christie, and could they become ticket mates in the fall? New Jersey, by the way, just checked on this, has voted Democratic in the last 6 presidential elections, but went Republican in 8 of the previous 10. Jeff and Lena?
Wow, Dave. I mean, these are personal attacks today that continued after last night's debate. Should the GOP be concerned? Could this damage the party the way that they're acting?
Well, some Republicans are concerned. I today talked with some Republicans who said they were concerned, and they were concerned because they see Trump as a polarizing and volatile candidate who attracts lots of attention for the party and himself, but also turns off many voters. CBS contributor Bob Schieffer tonight pointed to one example on the evening news, saying Trump's claims notwithstanding, national polls make it clear Latinos are not supportive of him. And he concluded, Schieffer that is, by saying that if the Republicans try to run a campaign that appeals only to voters who look like him, that will be a very tall wall to climb.
Yeah.